Hello, my name is Mrs. Farinde, and today what I would like to talk to you about is reading. So I'm just going to bring up my PowerPoint here, and I want us to sort of go through together, and I hope this will be very helpful for you once I get this all sorted. Okay, great. Okay, so hello again. So this is one of the videos this week, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about some of the skills that might be helpful to you, especially when you are reading through your texts, okay? And just wanted to talk about over the 5 key skills that we feel that will be helpful when answering your questions. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is vocabulary. We're just going to quickly talk through it. Vocabulary is helpful to you because what that will do is to help you to look at how authors use certain sentences or use certain words to help to convey their story, to bring about their story, or bring about or get the emotion in the text, or it will help you. A good thing with vocabulary as well, there are some words that you might find very tricky. So Google is your friend, so is a dictionary. So it will be helpful, especially if you do find a word that's slightly tricky, you know, that will help to expand your vocabulary. So you could then use the dictionary to help you to find out what that word might mean. And hopefully you can then start using this really new tricky word that you've just learned about. Okay, good. We also have retrieval. Now, how retrieval works is just a quick recap, which is something we do a lot in Year 2, in Key Stage 1 really, is you are going into the text, reading it, skimming and looking for keywords that will help you to retrieve your answers directly from the text, okay? So you're looking for key questions, keywords in your question, you're going into the text and just taking the answer right out of it and out of the text and right onto your answer sheet or onto your workbook. Okay, sequencing. Now that's not something we specifically talk about, but we do it anyway. But it's just really about putting things in order. Okay, so the good thing about sequencing is you probably, if you have read a text and you come across a few sentences and they are slightly jumbled up, you either ask to match them to the correct one or put them in the right order in how they appear in the text. So they might be slightly jumbled up, and you might be asked to label them or number them 1 to 3, putting it in order in how it appears in the text. So that's something you probably know how to do. We didn't know that it was specifically called sequencing, but now you know. Good. Then we have prediction. Now, prediction is a bit like looking into the future, okay? Having this amazing crystal ball and you're predicting what the future might hold, okay? So you're predicting what you think might happen in the text next, okay? So reading the text based on what you've read, what do you think might happen next, okay? That's what prediction is. Then we have inference. Now, this is the trickier sometimes of the two, but basically what you're doing is you are looking for clues in the text and you're looking at how maybe a character might be feeling and why you think that character might be feeling like that, or how an event happened and why you think that event happened, okay? So it's the how and the why, okay? Using clues from the text, even though it might not be specifically written. So inference is our focus today. Okay, so again, just to break it down, what does inference mean? Now, inference means filling in what is not on the page or working out what the author is trying to tell you using clues and evidence when it's not exactly written. Now, I would like you to have a go at using this picture, okay? What can you see in this picture? What is all over the floor? And so first of all, you can see there's a dog in the picture. There's lots of mess all over the floor. It looks like feathers, probably some cushions, looks like an overturned sort of plant pot in the corner over there, someone's trousers maybe. So that's all that's on the floor. So, but how do you know that it's the dog that made a mess? It looks like the dog made the mess, but how do you know the dog made the mess? Well, for starters, the dog kind of looks guilty. And looks like he's begging you to please forgive him or her for what they've done. Now the question would be, why do you think he did it? Why do you think he did it? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Why do you think he did it? And feel free to talk with your adult or your partner, your talk partner that's next to you. Can you explain? Can you justify? Why do you think he made that mess? I'll give you a minute or so. Okay, good. So there could be a number of reasons why you think why he could have made that mess. Off the top of my head, I can only assume that he was left alone in a room and probably wanted to go out for a walk, or he was left alone at home. Maybe he's not trained properly. He might be a new puppy, a new dog, so he's not really used to being at home alone. There could be a number of reasons why he chose to sort of make this mess. Okay, but again, we are using our thoughts, using the clues that we see in the picture to come to a conclusion, to come to an answer as to what we think is happening and why we think it's happening. Okay, good. Now have a go using this simple sentence. Okay, so Jamie pedalled really hard, but halfway up the hill he had to get off and push. Jamie pedalled really hard, but halfway up the hill he had to get off and push. Now the question is, what was Jamie doing? What was Jamie doing? Okay, give you a minute to talk with your partner. What was Jamie doing that he pedalled really hard, but halfway up the hill he had to get off and push? And how do you know that he did? How do you know that he was doing this thing? Okay, so if I want to go through it using the clues from the text, I'd probably be looking at the word pedalled. Okay, so the word pedalled is already a clue for me. Now, the only thing you could be doing to get up pedaling that you'd have to pedal really hard, in my mind, would be riding a bike, because you'd have to pedal on the bike. It wouldn't be a motorbike, because the motor itself would be strong enough to be able to push you on the bike up the hill. So yeah, pedaling is a big clue. So that tells me that he was riding the bike. How do I know? Because of the word pedalled. That's how I know that he was riding the bike. Okay, now we are going to be looking at today's text, Tuesday's text, which is advice from a dentist. And I'm just going to quickly read through. It is very important to take good care of your teeth. Strong and healthy teeth will help you to chew and eat the right foods that will help you to grow big and strong. Healthy teeth help you to speak clearly too. After you eat, germs can stick to your teeth and make something called plaque. Plaque can cause holes to form in your teeth if it is not brushed away regularly. Plaque can also make your gums red and sore. If your gums are not healthy, your teeth may start to wobble or fall out. Make sure that you brush your teeth at least twice per day to keep your mouth clean and fresh. Now that is really good advice from the dentist, and I'm sure your adults will be agreeing with you too. Okay, so if we're going to look at the question 3, we're just going to quickly touch on that and look at how we can use inference to help you answer this question properly. So, what might you find difficult if your gums are not healthy? So I want you to quickly read through the text again and talk with your adult. What do you think you might find difficult if your gums are not healthy? Using the clues in the text, there are some clues in there that could help you to answer the question properly. I'll give you a second to have a look. Okay, so if I was going to answer this question, what I would then do is I would look for the clues. Now the clues where it says, what might you find difficult if your gums are not healthy? I'd then look for the word gums in the text. And in the text, it says from line 86, it says, if your gums are not healthy, your teeth may start to wobble or fall out. Now, big clue there is that what would I find difficult if my gums are not healthy? Well, if they're not healthy and my teeth start to wobble or fall out, that might mean that I'll just have no teeth and it would just be pure gummed, which, if I'm correct, the teeth help you to chew. So if your teeth help you to chew, that might mean that one of the things I might find difficult is that I will not be able to chew because I don't have any teeth in my mouth, because they would have fallen out, wouldn't they? Okay, that's one. And another thing is, if I've just got gums and no teeth, I actually end up speaking like this. which I'm sure you can admit that would be really tricky to understand what Mrs. Farinde is saying if I'm talking to you like this. Okay, so the answer I would write then would be that the answer to the question would be if my gums are not healthy, you might find it difficult to speak or to chew properly. That would be the answer to the question. Okay, because what I was doing is I was using the question was not exactly written in the answer is not exactly written in the text, and that's just me using my thinking skills, using my thoughts, using what's in the text, using some of the clues from the question to find it in the text, thinking about how or why this might happen, and that's what helped me to arrive at my answer. Okay. So just to recap, using inference is a really good skill to learn and to hone, actually. I mean, like I said, it means filling in what is not on the page or working out what the author is telling you to use, using clues and evidence when it's not exactly written. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful, and it will help you if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to send us an email to dps.swasit.org. And as a quick plenary, just wanted you to have a think in 20 words. Can you explain to your adult what inference means and how it is helpful in reading? Just 20 words. Off you go. Good luck. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe and very well, and speak to you soon. Bye.